Welcome back to Box Office Maniacs, and here is my CD review, my album, which isn't an album, but it's a CD review of Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, if you just watched our review, you know how much we love the movie, and 90% of the loving the film is because of the music. And they actually played a lot of the Queen music in the movie, obviously, so I have been a Queen fan pretty much my whole life, but strangely enough, I'm not the type of person who went out and bought Queen albums and listened to them. I always listened to them on the radio, and I just never went out and bought their albums. And I do that for a lot of bands, except for possibly Metallica, when I'm still a Metallica fan, and I'll go out and buy Metallica CDs. Alice Cooper I will go out and buy. Weird Al I will go out and buy. So things like that, when they're coming out, I'll go out and get. But when growing up, I just never went out and bought Queen CDs. So after watching the movie, I was like, okay, I'm going to go out and get the soundtrack because I don't really own any Queen CDs on CD. So I went out looking for this the other day, and of course all the stores are sold out. Sold out everywhere. Nobody has a thing. But actually it's kind of cool to say that, you know, people still listen to CDs and they sell out in the stores, Best Buy. So I actually looked it up on the internet and found one copy at Target. So I went to Target and grabbed this thing, and they had one copy when I got there. So what surprises me so much about this soundtrack was I was expecting to just get a soundtrack full of Queen songs that they play on the radio. And I would have been perfectly fine with that. I'd be like, oh, cool, you know, now I can actually, if I feel like in the mood for Queen, I'll pop the CD in and listen to it. No, that's not what this is. Actually, this is a step beyond that. And I could not be more happy with this soundtrack. It's amazing what they did here. So if you've gone to see the movie, it starts with the 20th Century Fox logo, but it starts with it in a sort of a Queen type of sound. They're playing like electric guitars along with the logo. And I thought, oh, that was pretty cool. But now getting the CD, you find out the remaining members of the band actually did that little thing for the 20th Century Fox logo, and it makes it even much cooler. And they have it on here. That's really awesome. So next song is Somebody to Love, and again, love that song. I've always been a fan of that song. I think it's a really great song. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a fantastic song. And next is something I have never heard before, and I don't know why. I guess they don't play it on the radio, but it's called Doing All Right. And if I remember correctly, which I don't usually remember correctly at all, I think that was Freddie Mercury's first band, Smile, and that's where this song came from. You know, I'm sure the four people who might watch this, who might know more about Queen than I do, could tell me I'm wrong. The song is fantastic, and it sounds great. And on here it says, Doing All Right Revisited, and I'm not sure what that revisited means at the end of that. I don't know if it means they remastered it, because if it would say remastered, if it was remastered. So I don't know what revisited means. And this is where the soundtrack becomes more than just a soundtrack. It becomes an amazing experience listening to this, because what they did here is they do have the Queen songs on here, but they also have certain songs live in concert, like they showed in the film. So this is Freddie Mercury actually singing these live in concert, and you get to hear the crowd reacting to them and everything, and it's incredible sounding. So the first one is Keep Yourself Alive, and it's live at the Rainbow, is what this says. So yeah, it's a really great concert song. Next you have Killer Queen, and then after that you have Fat Bottom Girls, and this is another live performance. It's live in Paris. And then of course there is Bohemian Rhapsody, which is, you know, the name of the movie and the name of the CD, Bohemian Rhapsody. And this is just the normal Bohemian Rhapsody. There's nothing, you know, it's not live or nothing. It's just actual Bohemian Rhapsody. And there's actually a lot of songs on here, so I'm not going to sit here, you know, and try to go through each one and talk about it. I'm just kind of telling you what's on the list here. The next one is another song live. It's called Now I'm Here. And then the next one is the crazy little thing called Love. And then Love My Life. Now, I'm going to talk about this one for a minute. This is probably one of my favorites on here. Love My Life, they played in the film too, is when he was talking to his wife, Freddie Mercury, or I think it might have been his girl. I don't know if they ever actually got married. He showed her a clip of him live in Rio doing this song, and listening to this is the actual live performance they showed in the film that he did in Rio. And he tells her, he's like, well, I was really wondering if they understood anything I was singing, you know, because they're speaking another language. I didn't know if they understood me or not. And then when he started singing the song, the entire audience began singing the song with him. And actually, they overpowered him and just sang the song as, I guess, as a sort of a tribute to him and how much they loved the song. And it's just a powerful thing to listen to. And you can hear him trying to sing the song, and the audience is like, no, we got this. And the audience just kind of pulls the song away from him, and they just sing the whole song for him, and he just sits there and listens to it. And I can imagine the feelings he must have had up on stage while they were doing this. It must have been incredible. And now they have We Will Rock You, and this is the movie mix of this. And it's kind of cool. It starts out as the regular song, We Will Rock You, and then there's a section of drums that kind of hits, and it goes into a live version of We Will Rock You. So it starts out as like half and half. It's half, you know, the regular song and half live version. And I really think it's cool. I really love how they did that. So the next few are just regular Queen songs, and they are another one, Bites the Dust, I Want to Break Free, Under Pressure, Who Wants to Live Forever. So we have just a list of just the regular Queen songs. And then we move into something that, as far as I know, I read this saying that they never released this on a CD. They released this in a box set of the actual performances from Live Aid. And as soon as I saw that on the CD, I was like, that's mine, you know. It's like, yeah, and again, they could have just put all the Queen songs on here and called it a day and remastered it and threw it out. But what they did here was they put some of the amazing live performances, and then it ends with a Live Aid, just like the film does. And it's like, how much cooler can you get? So the Live Aid performances does Bohemian Rhapsody, then he does Radio Gaga, and Ayo, and Hammer to Fall, We Are the Champions, and then he goes to Don't Stop Me Now, which is revisited again. I don't know what that means. And then it ends with a really a great song, The Show Must Go On. Very appropriate song for the ending of the CD. So overall, this is a great CD. If you're a fan of Queen, pick it up. I mean, if you didn't even like the movie, go check out the soundtrack, because if you're a big fan of Queen, you probably have all the live performances and everything, but I don't know if you actually have them on one CD. I don't know if they've ever been released like that, like the Live in Rio stuff and the Paris stuff and all the Live Aid stuff. As far as I know, they haven't been. And it's great to have them all in one collection now. And like I said, I actually got this at Target. And the Target exclusive for this thing was, it has a poster of the band in there, which I have not taken a look at yet. So let's open this up. And this is what the inside looks like. It has a picture of the Freddie Mercury, or the actor playing Freddie Mercury. Okay, this is an interesting picture because it's an earlier picture with Freddie Mercury without the mustache, and you can tell how young all of them were. No idea when this was taken, what year. Cool little picture they have included in here. So this is how you do it. This is how you make a soundtrack. You give the fans some of the original songs, and then you give them some of the rare live performances mixed in with some of the songs. This is it. This is how you do this. Like the film, they respected the band and they respected the music, and that's what the CD is. So we've been doing a few CD reviews here and there, especially during Horror Month. Vince did some of the Nightmare on Elm Street, I did Halloween that 3 people watched, and now I'm doing this. Because soundtracks to films are usually what makes the film the film. But, you know, again, this is something that I love. I love listening to soundtracks, music from the bands like this, or instrumentals, or whatever. I love soundtracks, and I have hundreds of soundtracks. I have a huge collection of soundtracks. So if you are a fan of soundtracks, and if you got this Queen CD, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. Or if you've gone to see the movie, let me know what you thought of the movie. We got quite a lot of new subscribers during Horror Month, and hopefully it'll keep going. And, you know, we love all our maniacs here, and we love it listening to your comments. And I try to reply to as many as I can when you do leave your thoughts about this. So that's it. Thank you for watching Box Office Maniacs, and I'll see you next time.